In the run-up to the US presidential elections, an interesting change in dynamics is making headlines in the Republican camp. While all other candidates had dropped out of the race and backed Donald Trump, one candidate continued to fight against him. Nikki Haley was the last to reluctantly withdraw from the race. And now the former South Carolina governor says that she will vote for Donald Trump.
Trump has not been perfect on these policies. I've made that clear many, many times. But Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump. Having said that, I stand by what I said in my suspension speech. Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me, and not assume that they're just going to be with him. And I genuinely hope he does that.
Haley made these remarks at her first public appearance since she dropped out of the presidential race, making Trump the only candidate from the Republican camp. The remarks come as a surprise given that Haley has for the longest time been a fierce critic of Donald Trump. The Republican leader also stopped short of formally endorsing Trump's candidacy. In fact, she has asked her former boss to reach out to the vote bank that supports Haley and not assume that they will automatically vote for Trump. Haley's sudden U-turn and change in attitude towards the returning presidential candidate has raised eyebrows and questions on whether Haley is seeking to mend ties with Trump. More importantly, is Nikki Haley trying to have a shot at trying to be the vice president of the U.S.?
That gets it. She has been at the United Nations for...
Now, correspondent Susan Tehrani is joining us live from New York to get us the latest, of course. Susan, good to see you as always. Now, Nikki Haley is someone who once said that Donald Trump is not capable of being, not qualified rather, if I'm quoting her correctly, to become the US president. Today, we hear that she is going to vote for Donald Trump in November. What should one make of this U-turn?
Yeah, Nikki Haley does what's best for Nikki Haley. And not that that's anything wrong with that, but in a situation like campaigning, it should at least appear that she's moving forward for the betterment of the country and the betterment of people. But that's not the case. And that's why, as you rightly mentioned, there's speculations on whether or not she's trying to get on Donald Trump's right side, possibly not only for a vice presidential position, but a cabinet position. Judging from Donald Trump's character, it's very unlikely that Donald Trump would invite Nikki Haley in as vice president or even anyone in his cabinet, considering the fact that anyone who knows Trump knows that once someone, quote unquote, betrays him, then it's very hard to gain that trust again. And I don't know if Trump supporters really want someone like Nikki Haley alongside the former president. Democrats will continue to say that they should come together. The Haley front should come together with the Donald Trump front and whatnot. And that's because it would be to the benefit of Joe Biden. But nonetheless, there was no other option for Nikki Haley than to say something like this, even if she's not officially endorsing Donald Trump, considering the fact that her political future was really in jeopardy. She would be on the sidelines like someone like Chris Christie, Liz Cheney.
Absolutely, Susan. And as you said, Nikki Haley does what's good for Nikki Haley. Thank you so much for joining us here on WION and getting us all those updates from New York. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.